Imagine a world where the night is not just a time of darkness but a battleground for two of nature's most magnificent predators, the lion and the black panther. In this hypothetical confrontation, the regal lion, often seen as the sovereign of the savanna, faces off against the mysterious and elusive black panther, a creature of shadows and subtle movements. These two big cats, though sharing common ancestry as apex predators, have evolved under very different ecological conditions. Their unique adaptations make them formidable in their own right, one with overwhelming physical strength and the other with an innate mastery of concealment and stealth. In a dense, dark forest at night, the question arises: who would prevail when the raw power of the lion collides with the silent cunning of the black panther? At first glance, the lion is a symbol of raw, unyielding power, with a muscular build, a broad frame, and an imposing mane that radiates authority. The lion commands respect on the open plains. Its physicality is its greatest asset, a creature designed for strength, endurance, and the ability to take down large prey with coordinated, forceful attacks. Lions are known for their roaring prowess, a thunderous call that resonates across the savanna, establishing territorial dominance and instilling fear in rivals. However, this very trait, so effective in wide-open landscapes, can become a liability in the shrouded depths of a nocturnal forest. The lion's loud roar and its conspicuous presence, while marking its strength, also reveal its location to any potential adversary. In a habitat where every shadow can hide danger and every rustle of leaves speaks of unseen movement, being easily detected could put the lion at a significant disadvantage. In stark contrast stands the black panther, a creature cloaked in a coat of deep, inky black that seems to merge with the night itself. The melanistic panther, a variant of the leopard or jaguar depending on the region, is built for stealth. Its dark fur offers perfect camouflage under the veil of night, enabling it to move almost invisibly through the underbrush of dense forests. This advantage in concealment is complemented by a suite of acute senses. The black panther possesses a finely tuned hearing and an almost preternatural ability to read subtle movements in its environment. Unlike the lion, which relies on brute force and social coordination, the black panther is a solitary hunter whose strategy is built on patience, ambush, and the element of surprise. When the darkness falls, its entire being becomes an instrument of stealth, poised to strike when its prey is most vulnerable and unaware. The dynamics of a confrontation between these two predators in a nocturnal forest are complex and multifaceted. On one hand, the lion brings an unmatched display of physical prowess. Its powerful limbs, reinforced by years of battling and hunting on the open plains, deliver bone-crushing force and can overpower nearly any opponent in direct combat. In close quarters, the lion's bite and claw strength are formidable weapons, capable of inflicting severe, even fatal, injuries in a matter of moments. Yet, the lion's strength is counterbalanced by its inherent need for visibility. The very signals that announce its power, its roar, its imposing stance, the shimmering mane under moonlight, also betray its position, leaving it exposed to a predator that thrives in concealment. The black panther, by comparison, approaches conflict with a completely different arsenal. Its hunting style is not predicated on a frontal assault but on meticulous, calculated ambush. In the dense foliage of a forest, the black panther would use its surroundings to mask its approach, stalking silently along the ground until it is mere moments away from its target. Its agility and flexibility allow it to navigate narrow paths, climb trees with ease, and position itself optimally for a surprise attack. The strength of the panther lies in its ability to remain unseen, waiting for the precise moment to launch a devastating pounce. Its movements are deliberate and almost ghost-like, an art form perfected over countless generations in an environment where survival depends on remaining hidden until the very instant of attack. In a hypothetical battle set in a dense, dark forest, the interplay between these two contrasting strategies becomes the focal point of the encounter. The lion, with its heavy, powerful build, might initially charge into the clearing, its roar echoing through the trees as a challenge to any nearby adversary. Such a charge is a display of unbridled power, a declaration of dominance that has, for centuries, allowed lions to assert control over their territory. Yet, this aggressive move could also serve as a signal to the black panther. which would be lying in wait in the shadows. The sudden burst of movement, the clatter of paws against the forest floor, and the lion's loud, resonant call would alert the panther to the lion's presence, giving it the opportunity to reposition itself strategically. With the element of surprise still on its side, the black panther might decide to avoid direct confrontation at first, instead opting to observe and assess the situation, waiting for the lion to expose any vulnerabilities during its aggressive assault. As the lion advances through the forest, its bulk and power allow it to overcome many obstacles, but also limit its ability to maneuver quickly around tight spaces and dense undergrowth. The lion might find itself in open clearings where its strength is an advantage. But in the tangled, shadowed corridors of the forest, its slower, more deliberate movements could be exploited by a cunning adversary. The black panther, with its nimble, compact frame, could dart between trees, use fallen logs and thick brush as cover, and disappear into the darkness at will. Its dark coat would allow it to blend seamlessly into the nocturnal environment, making it almost invisible except for the slightest hint of movement. In such a setting, the panther's agility and stealth would be the deciding factors in any confrontation. In a sudden twist, imagine the moment when the black panther decides that the time for observation is over. With the precision of a seasoned assassin, it launches from the shadows, a fluid, almost silent leap aimed at catching the lion off guard. The panther's claws, sharp and unyielding, strike at the lion's exposed side, targeting areas that the heavy armor of fur and muscle might not fully protect. In response, the lion, startled by the unexpected attack, might turn its massive head, trying to pinpoint the source of the ambush. The struggle that ensues is a chaotic ballet of brute force versus nimble dexterity. The lion's powerful paws swipe through the air with incredible speed, while the panther twists and turns to evade the blows. The clash is not just one of physical strength, it is a battle of tactics and instinct, where every movement is critical and the margin for error is razor thin. The environmental conditions of the nocturnal forest also play a crucial role in shaping the outcome of this epic encounter. The dense canopy of trees filters the moonlight, casting eerie, dappled shadows that serve as both cover and distraction. The cool, humid air of the forest enhances the sensory perception of both predators, allowing them to detect the subtlest movements or changes in scent. For the black panther, this sensory environment is a boon. It is in the darkness and the shifting shadows that the panther's hunting prowess truly shines. For the lion, however, the same conditions could prove to be a double-edged sword. While the cool air might help regulate its body temperature during its exertions, the diffused light can also obscure visual cues, making it harder to track the elusive movements of its agile opponent. In this dynamic and unpredictable environment, the success of either predator would depend heavily on its ability to adapt its tactics to the ever-changing interplay of light and shadow. Beyond the immediate confrontation, the broader behavioral and evolutionary implications of this battle are profound. Throughout history, the lion has been celebrated as a symbol of strength, courage, and regality, a creature that commands respect and inspires awe in equal measure. Its image has been immortalized in art, literature, and mythology as the undisputed king of the animal kingdom. Yet, when placed in the context of a nocturnal forest battle, the lion's traditional advantages may be compromised by the environment's demands for stealth and subtlety. The black panther, although less renowned in popular culture for overt displays of power, embodies a different kind of majesty, a silent, enigmatic ruler of the shadows. Its very existence is a reminder that true strength can lie not only in brute force but also in the ability to adapt, remain unseen, and strike with precision. In terms of evolutionary strategy, the contest between these two big cats is a study in trade-offs. The lion's evolution has favored traits that are ideal for life on the open plains: strength, endurance, and a social structure that relies on visible displays of dominance. Its cooperative hunting techniques and territorial battles have honed its ability to work in unison with others, creating a formidable force that relies on unity and coordinated aggression. The black panther, however, has evolved under conditions where stealth and solitary hunting are paramount. Its dark coat, powerful yet compact body, and acute sensory perceptions make it ideally suited for ambushes and nocturnal predation in environments where concealment is key. Each species represents a different evolutionary solution to the challenge of survival. And when forced into direct conflict in the dim, shadowy corridors of a nocturnal forest, the battle becomes a clash between two distinct worlds. The outcome of such a confrontation would likely hinge on the circumstances of the encounter. If the battle were to erupt in a relatively open clearing under a bright, full moon, the lion's size and power might dominate, allowing it to use its superior muscle mass to overwhelm the black panther. However, if the fight takes place in the dense, labyrinthine undergrowth of a forest, where every tree, bush, and rock offers a potential hiding spot, the black panther's ability to vanish into the shadows and strike with surgical precision could give it the upper hand. In the latter scenario, the panther's stealth would allow it to dictate the terms of engagement, choosing the moment of attack and retreating before the lion can mount an effective counteroffensive. The lion's reliance on open, coordinated aggression might then become a liability, as its movements are more easily anticipated and countered in a setting where every sound and shadow could hide an ambush. Moreover, the psychological aspects of the encounter should not be underestimated. The lion, often seen as a creature of grand displays and bold, unabashed aggression, might find itself unsettled by the elusive, ghost-like presence of the black panther. The panther's ability to remain hidden and strike from unexpected angles could undermine the lion's confidence, forcing it to adapt on the fly, a challenge for an animal whose fighting style is deeply rooted in clear, direct confrontation. In contrast, the black panther, accustomed to the constant demands of solitary hunting and the necessity of relying on its instincts, would likely remain calm and focused, its every move a calculated effort to exploit the lion's vulnerabilities. In the grand tapestry of nature, the battle between the lion and the black panther in a nocturnal forest is more than just a contest of physical might. It is a profound exploration of the interplay between light and dark, visibility and obscurity, strength and subtlety. It challenges our conventional notions of what it means to be a dominant predator, revealing that the qualities that make a lion a king on the open savanna are not necessarily the same traits that guarantee victory in the enigmatic realm of night. The black panther's mastery of stealth, its unparalleled ability to blend into darkness, and its precision in striking from the shadows offer a compelling counterpoint to the lion's overt displays of power and command. Ultimately, whether the lion or the black panther emerges victorious in this hypothetical nocturnal showdown depends on a myriad of factors: environmental conditions, the element of surprise, individual health and experience, and even the psychological state of the combatants at that critical moment. What remains indisputable, however, is that each species embodies a different aspect of predatory excellence: the lion, a beacon of raw power and social dominance; the black panther, a silent, enigmatic force of nature, reigning supreme in the realm of shadows. Their encounter would be an epic, multifaceted battle, a timeless struggle that echoes through the ages and reminds us of the myriad ways in which life adapts, survives, and thrives in even the most challenging of environments. This imagined confrontation between the lion and the black panther in a dark, dense forest at night is not merely an exercise in speculative combat. It is a vivid exploration of the endless diversity of nature's strategies for survival. It underscores that the world of predators is not governed solely by physical strength, but also by the ability to adapt to one's environment, to blend into the shadows, and to strike with the precision of a well-honed instinct. In the interplay of these contrasting traits, power versus stealth, visibility versus concealment, lies the true essence of what makes each predator unique. The battle would be a symphony of raw emotion, calculated risk, and the timeless dance between predator and prey, where every roar, every silent pounce, and every calculated maneuver tells a story of survival in a world where the only constant is the ever-changing play of light and dark. Ultimately, in a dense, nocturnal forest, the black panther might hold the advantage due to its unparalleled ability to remain hidden and strike from the shadows. Yet, the lion's imposing physicality and commanding presence could turn the tide in an open confrontation if the element of surprise were lost. This epic duel, set against the backdrop of a world where darkness reigns, would remind us that in nature, as in life, Every strength carries its own vulnerabilities, and that the true measure of power is not just in how loudly one roars, but in the silent, calculated moves made in the quiet moments of the night.